I don't know where to start. It's not easy because I'm not sharing this with many people, you know, and so the story begins 7 years ago. I met him in Paris during the Fashion Week, of course, because, well, back then, and some things don't change. I remember myself dedicating all my life to fulfilling my dream, but then certain circumstances made me question myself, question my dream, and the very notion of a dream. And to put a question, if we actually have the right to fulfill our dreams, because in my personal case it came out as something very tricky in the end. Later, when I realized that what a true bottom was. But that evening I was sitting very frustrated, very lost, because of having just escaped from the war actions into a safe place, but a very unfamiliar one, and had to get integrated very fast, and I didn't know what to start with, so my brain naturally started to just try to remember some crucial things, some familiar things from my previous life. He was wearing a long black coat and it was so cozy. He hugged me with that, embraced me with that coat, and I asked just at once, can I stay like this forever? Yeah, I tell such things to people. That was something true, something real at last. And we started walking together. We held hands. It was, in some moments, it was like if it had lasted forever, a fall, but a constant fall, like on repeat. When you're falling non-stop and you are broken already to that extent that it's impossible to imagine, but you're still breaking and breaking and breaking, and the agony. But if he was intending to leave, that would be my present to myself, if he wouldn't mind, just like my act of a goodbye for my dream, something that would celebrate the materialization of this long-time fantasy, this projection. And so I thought that I would just kiss his tattoo if he agrees, and he would maybe, he could just stand up and leave after that. But he didn't. And so we made love. I could remember nothing pleasant. I could remember nothing, because I had been working all the time. I never knew what joy was. Real, sincere joy. From a fashion week. This time from Berlin Fashion Week. I've won that grant for Berlin Fashion Week. So since he lived in Berlin back then, it was imagine, the grant was huge, but not even a second did I think about the amount of money. But the show itself, even I only thought, wow, so that's this opportunity. Thank you, universe. It's been fixed. That that memory of this meeting came to my mind, and it was very vivid. It felt like something very real that could really save me, that I could escape to. So I began to wonder about some circumstances that could help me to have a chance for meeting with this person, like some side circumstances. Probably it is me. I go to trash, said I, sitting on the window. And then he said, his reaction was very surprising for me. He said, wait. He was quite mad about that. He said, no. You don't go to trash. And then he said something shocking for me. He said, you don't go to trash because I don't fuck trash, I fuck women. I didn't need his help from what? From my problem with him? Very cynical of him now. And then he said, but if you don't need my help, you don't need me then. You should have no fear, because everything ends. It will also end. There is nothing scaring about it. And I said, honey, I'm afraid that for me it might unfortunately end too soon. And he says, darling, it's never too soon. As I found him, and I lost him at that very moment. And I lost myself at that very moment. With all my fears, all my phobias, all my hopes, all my dreams. I lost everything. And so I no longer have any reasons to be afraid about my future. Because all the most beautiful things and all the most scary things have already happened in my life.